So far the name of the school is AJ's Racing Academy, but I don't know. How's it look on a t-shirt? What do you think, kid?
सुन्नुहोस् यो आवाज म आफ्नै आवाज पनि सुन्न सकिरहेको छैन ड्राइभरहरू तम तयार छन् मात्रै
How you feel about a slight detour? You know, something a little extracurricular. I know the answer is yes. Of course it is. What I like about you, you got hunger. So I got this concept for you. It's called a throwdown. Sounds cool? That's because it is cool. A throwdown is like a challenge, a one-off challenge. You see, us superstars like to keep each other on our toes, so we like to throw down a little skill check. And guess what? You've been tapped for one. Funny how this keeps happening. I say something, then it happens. I don't know, maybe I'm a wizard.
Another Dirt Off-Road Series race about to get underway.
Starting to get a profile as a master of the overtake, zipping past folks left, right, and center. I get it, man. Stay out of the way.
Hold on,
no,
dude. Hold on. Okay, stop. What you're telling me is that Peter, a.k.a. Slap Train, the dude with the nerves of steel, went from the YouTubes to the drift cars. This brave dude got freaking scared by a squirrel?
Come on, guys. I mean, I appreciate it all. It was an angry-looking squirrel, though, James. I mean, you guys weren't there.
Yeah, they
man.
are scary.
Yeah,
sometimes.
they're rats with bushy tails. But time to get serious, all right? Let's bring it down. This is why you're on the show, all right? We gotta ask. What do you think of Bruno Durand?
Okay. I knew it was going to come. Figured, right? Let's get serious about it.
Yeah, he's been beefing with everyone lately. He's ruffled some feathers out there, especially James's. But his driving on the track, look, it backs all that trash talk up. So, are you a fan?
Am I a fan of Bruno Durand? I mean, in a way, yes. It's hard not to be impressed by his run of victories. I mean,
Absolutely.
he said he'd do it too.
Yep.
Now he's dominated in the Dirt Moto series his whole career, and now he's showing he's mastered the four wheels too. I mean, what can't this guy do?
Yeah, I mean, I cannot help but be impressed. And to be honest, he had to do something. I mean, you watch him in the Dirt Moto series, just wasn't doing it for him anymore. He wasn't getting any joy, no satisfaction out of it. So what does he do? He throws a little baby fit. He yells at a couple of reporters after a couple of races, and apparently that's all you need to get a top seat in the Dirt Off-Road series these days.
I'm gonna go yell at some people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go yell at some people. Maybe I could be a race car driver.
I did see that. It's dirty, it's gritty, but the gamble paid off. And yeah, I do enjoy the attitude. I don't really think it's entirely sincere, though.
Ooh, juicy! Getting a little spicy in here.
So you're saying it's a bit of an act, then?
I mean, to a degree, he's already established in another motorsport, and now he's dominant in this series, too.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that this dude does not lack is confidence, so I'll give him that.
Right, so the race seems to be won before he rolls up to the starting line. He gets in your head, and he gets that mental edge over you before the race is even started. That's a strategy.
Yeah, one he's used his whole career before he switched over. And that counts for nothing if they don't back it out on the track.
Exactly, and he does, though. That's the problem. But be sure, we all want to know how he reacts to a loss. What is he going to do?
Yeah, exactly. You know, that is just as important to any champion, to any sportsman. You know, winning, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easy after you've won. What's really hard is after you've lost. So, who do you see beating him?
I've thought of it a few times. It's a tough one, but I got one in mind, and I'm going to give you another option that I'm not too sure on. But hey.
All right, cool, man. We're all ears. Hit us.
First, I'd say AJ.
Of course.
Why have we not seen them in the main event together yet?
Yeah, that's a good question, man.
I think there's something behind that, though. There has to be. I mean, if you think about it, there has to have been an opportunity somewhere down the line.
I know you.
在引擎的阵阵轰鸣声中，比赛开始了。尘埃系列越野赛已经举办10年。
Estamos desfrutando de uma bela música dos motores aqui e começou!
Støyen, lukten, deltakerne. Dette kommer til å bli bra.